Hello, good morning. My name is Regina Robinson. With me here is my colleague, Mr. Mark Omichi. So today we are here with Captain Giorgio Enrico. I want to hear his view about the Nigerian maritime space. Please don't go away.
Go.
Alright, sir, for record purpose, can you introduce yourself?
Good morning, everybody. My name is Captain Giorgio Enrico Celo. I'm Italian and I came in Nigeria about 30 years ago. Since then, I never left.
Wow, nice, sir. Please let us into your background, your profession, and what prompted you into logistics.
Well, my background is very simple. I went to nautical school. Then from the nautical school, I've been in the Navy for a couple of years, more than a couple of years. And I left that I was a lieutenant. And then from there, I joined the civil ward and started work as shipbroker. I worked as a shipbroker in Italy for about 10 years, and then finally I came down to Nigeria. The idea was to do the same job that I was doing in Italy, but unfortunately I was not able to do the same job as a shipbroker here in Nigeria. So I decided to go deeper in what was the market, the shipping market here in Nigeria, and I really got passionate, especially on the market of oil and gas. I started to learn, and today I'm here.
That was interesting.
Thank
so
you.
we would like you to let us in on Prime Next Logistics. You've been around for quite a number of years. So we'd like you to let us in on how far you have sailed, running your business. And it's, of course, fast becoming a brand leader, within the logistics terrain. So share more insight on that.
Well, after many years, of course, working in the industry, I decided that probably was my time to start to do everything by myself. And I decided to open Prime Minister Logistics. What is the view? Well, the view is to try to help as much as possible importer and exporter, and to try to avoid as much as possible all the problems and handicap that we have here in Nigeria doing import and export. I'm not pretending to be somebody that has the magic wand to fix everything, but at least I believe that we are trying to help as much as we can and explain as much as we can to the importer. The major problem sometimes is that most of the importer, or even the exporter, they don't want to listen, and so sometimes it's difficult to explain to them which one's the best way to do a kind of job. However, with the time, slowly, we are trying to achieve what we want. And the number of clients that we have achieved in these 10 years that the company is, actually next year is within 10 years, that we have achieved during this long time is quite good. And they're always the same client that they are repeating. So that means they understand the way that we are working and how we are helping them out.
That was quite interesting. So we'd like you to also let us in on the maritime landscape. You've been around for quite a bit. And so can you just do a comparative analysis of the maritime landscape comparative to other, supposed maritime nations? Do you think we're doing well or otherwise? We'd like to know your take.
The answer should be yes and no. First of all, Nigeria has everything. We have everything. In my opinion, we have everything. Notwithstanding that I will be one of the person that is going on the street to say that we want more, but we have everything. We have all the agency, we have terminals, we have a shipping line, we have everything. The problem is not what we have. The problem is the way that we are handling what we have. And in my opinion, we are not handling the way that is supposed to be. You asked me a question about other country. Let me tell you one thing. In South Africa, we are not going too far. We're just going to South Africa here, just around the corner. Everything is done in the office. you don't go anywhere. Custom is sitting in the office, the client is sitting in the office, you do everything with your computer, and you clear your cargo with your computer. Yes, of course, there will be somebody on ground to check if the cargo is done, but it's minimal. If you compare this with Nigeria, it's like the day and the night. I love this country. It's many years that I'm here, but sometimes when I see things like that, my heart is crying.
Okay, wow. So, what would you say is the most challenging part of the logistics business?
All these agencies that we have, they are all working by themselves. No, there is no connection with all the agency and stakeholder that they're working in this agency. Terminal, they're not talking to the shipping line is not talking to the custom is not talking to other agency and then we are going to have a serious problem when it's time to clear cargo in or to clear cargo out.
Okay, so sir, as a captain, did you ever experience any collision during your sailing days?
No. While I was sailing?
Yes.
No. First of all, I was sailing in the Mediterranean area and maybe in the North Atlantic. I was lieutenant, as I told you, but I was already have the command of one boat. It's completely different. It's the life there, the way that we are working, and besides, I believe that we cannot even compare the military life, the military way to do the job with the civil way to do the job. We captain on the military, we are completely different from captain on the commercial or civil way. There is a different thing. We are prepared for war, we are prepared to defend our vessel, we are prepared to defend our crew. We are ready for action. The civil captain definitely, yes, of course, is defending the ship and other things, but it's not training like we were training. And that training, I have to say, he helped me a lot in the job today because I'm always ready to defend my vessel and to defend my crew and to defend everything and ready to go for war.
I'm sorry, what please?
It's difficult to say. Well, it can be easy. We can say that the government is not doing enough, but I believe that is too easy is an easy answer. I don't think that should be the right answer. We are all responsible for that. All the stakeholders inside of this business, logistic business, we are all responsible for it. It's because we are not working together. Everybody is looking at the end of the day, sorry to say, but is looking at his own pocket. And we are not communicating. If we are working together, I believe that most of the things that we have right now should not be there.
So sir, if you have the opportunity to advise the Nigerian government about advancing the maritime sector, what would you tell them?
First of all, my first things first is that to make sure that road communication, it will be in a way that we can move fast. That is one of the issues that is going to make our movements, make our clearing a problem. Road, that is the main things. And second things, I believe that we government should push all the various agencies to be more collaborative with each other, not even with the stakeholder, not even with the importer or the freight forwarder, but within themselves. That are the two things that came in my mind right now. I'm pretty sure that if I'm sitting in government, I have so many other things to say, but right now they're not coming in my mind.
So as a global logistics solution provider, I'm sure you would have had it because it's a very complex terrain. So will you share insights on how you manage to navigate the terrain to still remain sane in this kind of complex market where you seem to try against the odds?
As you said, logistics is a very beautiful but complicated work. Very, very complicated. If you don't know, you don't know. Many people invented themselves as a logistics manager, logistics company, but they don't have idea of the entire complex that is behind the logistics. I'm lucky because having been captain, having going around the world, having working with so many other people, even have spent time abroad, working abroad, I have learned different type of way to work. I'm very lucky about that. Most people, unfortunately, most youths, they are not lucky like me that they can learn the job like that. But to do the job, well, what can I say? First, you need a passion for what you're doing. No passion for what you can make, passion for what you're doing. And be ready to learn. Every day, even for me at my age, every day is a learning day. Everything that is happening is something that you're going to learn. It's not the easy things. Every day there is something new that happens that is opening your eyes and you say that, oh, I did not know about that. So that's the one.
That's quite an interesting take. And so what's your advice?
This is a wonderful word. It's a wonderful job. It's beautiful. If you love it, you will go far, very far. But be ready to be humble, be ready to learn, be ready to learn and make sure that you understand what you're doing. Don't just look at the money. Yeah, I understand. Definitely everybody is working for the money. It's not working for nothing. But yes, but look at the job first. That is what you need to do. Come on board. We are all waiting. We want youths. We want people to do logistics. We like the elder because the elder, they can teach you something about what is happening. But we want youth with the new blood, with the new things. Even for me, my time is almost gone. So new youths, they needed to come on board. If you look around my office, my people, my team, they are all youth. They are all young people. And there is a reason why I chose them.
Okay, so sir, finally, what improvements would you like to see in the maritime now? That is now to 5 years' time.
In 5 years' time?
Yeah.
I'm expecting Nigeria to be one of the first country that can do globally doing maritime the way that we deserve it. I said it before, we have everything. We can do whatever we want. We can conquer the world. Let's do it together. And that's why, again, youth, come on board. Let's conquer the world. Let's do what we need to do. 5 years, Nigeria can be the number 2 in the world. I say number 2 because USA maybe or other country, but we can be there definitely within the big people.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank
so
you.